everyone is super excited. Everyone in the cast is super excited about campaign 4. We've already shot several episodes.
Nerd Reactor, roll out.
All right, Sam, how's it going?
Hello. It's going good. How are you?
Good, good. Yeah, there's so much the excitement for a lot of things for you, and whether it's campaign 4 or whether it's this smiley
That's
day.
right. That's right. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, so it's Smiley Day. Very cute book, and so I didn't know what to expect, like just from reading this. So it's just like kind of like a fresh cut grass, just wanting to help out his friends, but then also trying to like teach people a lesson.
That's
and
right.
So for you, what was that like? Just trying to come up with this idea.
I after Fresh Cut Grass sadly left the story in deadly circumstances. We knew that we wanted to tell more of their story, and but even before that, I've been thinking about ways of sharing Fresh Cut Grass's positive message of optimism, and he really did try to be a really good therapist. He wasn't the best at it in the campaign, but he wanted to share some good advice, and just like in the campaign, the good advice that he was trying to share maybe wasn't always perfectly received or well articulated. But he did his best, and in this book, I wanted to give some good advice, and it turned out that Fresh Cut Grass learned a lesson that I think we all need to learn, which is that sometimes the best advice should be taken by yourself and not given to others. That you need to take care of yourself sometimes before you are able to reach out and help your friends. And self-care is just as important as bending over backwards to please other people sometimes.
Oh yeah, and I think with that's a lot of just like reading it. I was like, oh yeah, he Fresh Cut Grass needs to like take care and of himself. And for you in your career, has there ever been a moment where you're like kind of torn between like, do I help out my friends or do I got to focus on myself first?
Yeah, of course. I mean, especially last year I had some health problems, and I definitely, it was a wake-up call. We all in life, we all are trying to strike that work-life balance where we get to enjoy our lives and not just work, work, work all the time. And I think last year especially really clarified that for me, and reinforced that yes, we all have to take care of ourselves and spend time with loved ones and spend time doing the things that we love to do, and make sure that we get enough rest and enough exercise and eat well, but also just enjoy life a little bit. And once we have that sort of baseline of life achieved, then we can start doing things like passion projects or working more or going out of our way to embark on bigger projects. So yeah, I think last year especially made me think about that balance, and I hope that this book instills in people a little bit of that little nudge to find your balance in life.
I'm like a very noob in terms of Critical Role, right? But
Okay.
from what I've seen, I'm a fan. Enjoyed how you create your characters, very different, very outside the box. And what was that like for you? Like just trying to just surprise people in like how you can work your characters into these stories.
Well, I think everyone at Critical Role has always been focused on storytelling and building these worlds and making them feel real, but also fantastical. And for all of our characters, we build these characters to try to say something, to try to examine something, or try to explore something. And for Fresh Cut Grass, building a robot helper bot therapist, I really wanted to explore ideas of care and therapy. I've never I've never been in therapy myself. I think it's a wonderful thing. It's just not something that I've ever done for myself, and it's something that I'm very curious about, and also I think it's great for people to explore it. And so this character was really my way of exploring, getting in touch with my own emotions and getting in touch with making connections with other people and other people in the party. I wanted to build a character whose entire personality was forming bonds with the people around him. And I think Fresh Cut Grass was a fun way to explore that for me and for the audience. And even though Fresh Cut Grass ultimately died in the campaign, spoilers, I think his message of positivity and making those connections is really important for everybody.
Oh yeah, no, that's what like in the first episode of just how Fresh Cut Grass is very eager. Like, who can I help? Maybe this drunkard over here.
Yeah, well, that's something also that I think I've learned from life, but also it sort of started. I took improv classes. I did improv as a young adult in New York and LA through the Upright Citizens Brigade, and the biggest lesson of improv is just saying yes to things, yes and I think that lesson really applies to life too. So many opportunities have been presented to me just from saying yes, being offered opportunities or chances or something that I don't necessarily, I'm not good at, or I haven't done before, or I'm anxious about or worried about, but I always try to say yes to every opportunity that's presented to me. And that has led to making wonderful friends and having amazing experiences, both professionally and personally. And I think it's something that Fresh Cut Grass did in every episode, was to just enter any situation with positivity and an optimistic outlook that something good will come of this. It might not be apparent at first, but it will be eventually.
And so this year, I want to say, like, is probably, or this month was my first time DMing a Dungeons and Dragons game for the first time ever. And
Congrats.
Thank
Congrats.
you. It's very stressful.
Good job saying yes to that opportunity. That's great.
Yeah. And for you, do you think you ever will see you just doing something like that? Or have you done DMing before?
Sure, I've GM'd a bunch. I'm a game master for a home game with my kids and their friends. I also have GM'd and DM'd several shows on our YouTube channel and Twitch channel and Beacon channel. I recently did a 3-part miniseries called Wildmount Wildlings that I was the DM for. And I've done some one-shots and other charity streams and stuff too. It's something that I like. I may not be as good as Matt or some of the others in the cast, but I make up for my lack of rules knowledge with gusto and wackiness, and I hope creativity.
Oh yeah, and I think for you, creativity is kind of like your best asset, especially for, let's say, when you first started out, right, with the just in general, where you didn't really know the rules, but you try to, like, what can I create that's going to be fun?
Well, the great part about tabletop role-playing games in general is, yes, there are rules, but at their heart, it's really about just throwing yourself into role-playing, making up make-believe with your friends, using your imagination, and dialing up your creativity. The rules will eventually come, but if you go into gameplay with an open mind and a willingness to create and be imaginative, then it's one of the best feelings in the world is to play role-playing games with your friends. The stories that you create and the moments that you share are unlike any other, and I highly encourage it for everyone, whether they've done it before or not. It's also very therapeutic.
Oh yeah, for sure. And with the campaign 4 coming up, there's a lot of the just excitement and the teasing. There's like teasers right now, and also Matt is stepping down for this one to become a player, and I don't know what it's like for you, just in terms of just the feeling of it's gonna be different this time around.
Everyone is super excited. Everyone in the cast is super excited about Campaign 4. We've already shot several episodes, and I can tell you with all honesty, it is really, really good. We're very proud of the stories that we've created and that our new GM, Brennan Lee Mulligan, is shaping. We're especially excited to be playing alongside Matt as a player character because he's never had an opportunity to do that on our channel for a longer campaign anyway. And the chemistry is amazing. The story is fresh. It really feels like we're rebooting Critical Role in a way that is both familiar and novel. And I can't wait for the fans to see next Thursday, October 2nd, what we've cooked up.
Oh yeah, it's coming really close, and also just like the cast is going to be bigger, and so I don't know how you guys can contain it.
Yeah, we're trying. We're experimenting with a bigger main cast, and we're going to have people coming in and out of the story in a branching storyline situation where we follow some of the characters for a few episodes and other characters for a few episodes, and we assume and hope that eventually those storylines will converge and dovetail and sort of cloverleaf into each other in exciting ways. It's a kind of campaign that we've never attempted before, and I don't think has been tried before on such a large scale. We're nervous about it, but we're also thrilled that we get to try this, and hope the audience is ready for a different kind of storytelling.
Sam, I want to go back to Legends of Vox Machina, and then in terms of like, let's say when you're doing this project, and then because you've done a lot of D&D, a lot of campaigns, a lot of episodes, is there anything like when you work on this, like, oh, I remember this, or just like, oh, I did not remember that?
You mean the animated series?
Yeah, the animated series, yes.
Yeah, I mean when we are we're adapting our first campaign into an animated series and have been now for several years. The biggest challenge has been, what do we keep from the campaign and what do we cut out from the campaign, and what new material do we add to the storyline of the television show that wasn't in the original playthrough live play. And I sort of like Smiley Day talks about, finding that balance is really has been the most challenging, but also the most rewarding for us. We've been able to pay homage and honor the biggest, most important moments from the original campaign while introducing new ideas, new characters, and new exciting adventures that weren't in the original campaign. So it's an exciting series that people who are familiar with Campaign 1 can enjoy, but also newbies who have never heard of Critical Role before can enjoy. We are going to launch Season 4 of The Legend of Vox Machina early next year. It's super exciting, and involves some brand new takes on stuff that existing fans will be surprised by, and really, really fun twists and turns for everybody.
Yeah, and what I really love about the process for Legends of Vox Machina, you get to be there during the writing process to like, it's like, hey, like kind of pitch in, right? And compared to, let's say, a regular voice actor where it's like it's all up to the writers.
No. We are the writers. Yeah. The cast of Critical Role is all executive producers on the series, and we all get together at the beginning of every season and figure out what the plot is going to be and what's going to make it in and what's going to get cut out. Several members of Critical Role have written episodes. Travis and I specifically are show running the show, so we are there for every single meeting and every single decision that gets made, every edit, every sound design session, every mix, every writer's room. And Liam and Marisha have written episodes, and it's really great to collaborate with everybody and shape the story together. It's a once in a lifetime experience, being able to write a show that you created and have it be a hit and people like it. So yeah, it's been a dream come true.
Oh yeah. And I guess my last question would be just like in terms of the feeling between, like, let's say, show running, becoming the characters, voice acting. Do you feel like there's one thing that you gravitate towards too?
We all, I mean, when we're in the booth recording, there's a certain kind of magic, because we all are voice actors at our heart. And so recording these characters that we created is magical and amazing, and I don't think we'll ever get quite the same experience on other shows that we are hired to work on. So yeah, I think being in the booth and recording with my best friends, recording stories and characters that we made up together, it's unlike anything I've ever done. It will be the honor of my life.
Yeah. And with that, Sam, I just want to say thank you for taking the time for doing the interview, and I can't wait for everyone to check out Smiley Day and
Thank
also
you.
Campaign 4 when it comes out.